Alright guys, so this dropped less than 11 hours ago. This is the Hell 3. This game was supposed to come out in 2025, but it dropped early. So let's go ahead and check it out. If you guys don't know what this is a fan-made expansion for Diablo 1 that also has elements from Hellfire. But it's really hard. I'm just going to warn you guys. Let's go ahead and hop in, and we're just going to be just checking out the game. We're going to show off all of the new heroes that you can create. So it's insane what they've done with this game. Basically, it is a bunch of things in quality of life from other Diablo games, but you can see how many different classes there are. It is just crazy what they've actually added in this game. The fact that you can go and have a subclass already at the start is really awesome. And not only do you have like Gladiator, right, but Gladiator has a specialization of Thyrax, Bromelo, Democarius, Secutor. These are all super awesome. And what's cool is with this game, just like in the Hell 2, you have all these mods that you can actually add into the game. I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and just select the Archer for the start. And then you can have 2 traits. Each character can have 2 traits. Some of these traits will completely change up the game. This one gives us like 5 to base stats and plus 10 to maximum stats, but there's a penalty of current level times 2, which is negative to mana. So basically, you lose out on something. These are like game-changing mods that you can add into your character. And each class may have different ones that other ones cannot get, like this one, point blank. So we have more damage at point blank, but minus damage to targets that are further than point blank. So again, there's different ways to play. You'll notice some of these skills are actually from Diablo 2 as far as the icons go, but it is really cool that we have all of these things. Like this one over here, 50% magic find, but we have minus 1 of the current level divided by 15 to stun threshold. Stun threshold is pretty a big deal in this game, as well, you can get hit stun. One thing that I do really like is Survivor. This game is incredibly hard. Even if you play this on easy, it's going to be harder than pretty much most of the Diablo games. If you like real challenge, this has so much for you. But let's go ahead and select another trait over here. You can just kind of read them. So current life and mana are increased by 2 times per level, but XP gains are reduced, and this includes perks and item effects. So if you really want to grind for a really long time, that's kind of cool, but it's going to take you even longer. There is a couple ones where you can go faster. This one over here is benefit of life and mana regen. I'm just going to go ahead and get both these regen ones because Diablo 1 is a really hard game. Let's go ahead and now hit continue. You can see there's easy, normal, survivor, hardcore, Iron Man, which is crazy. So bosses drop identity, relics, repair oils, magic find is increased by 100%. You also have increased XP, but saving is allowed after clearing dungeons 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and 24. So you basically don't really get that much. By the way, if this is your first time playing this game, if you decide to actually go through, this game is super hard, by the way. Play it on easy, and you want all of the easiest things turned like on. And there is one where you can do double damage right here, and that is one that I will recommend. Even if you've played Diablo before, this game is not easy at all. This one makes it so your experience is X3, but let's go ahead and do this just so we can show off more of the game, because like I've played all of the Hell games. They are not easy, unless you obviously put a lot of time into them. You'll be able to understand certain things in the game, and it will make things much easier. So there's also this one called Effortless, where it makes the game easier so that monsters only deal half damage. And trust me, the game is going to be still very challenging, especially if it's your first time. There's also this auto-saving, which is definitely nice. What I would recommend, at least for your first playthrough, is turn auto-save on. I actually don't know how hard this game is for the Hell 3 because I've only played the beta. This is actually the launch of the game, and again, this brand new update literally just dropped, so I don't know how hard it's going to be, but let's go ahead and hop right in. So okay, let's go. So we're on Hell 3. It saved my other character because how it works is you just overwrite your files, so you can change the resolution of this game, but the music is so good for this game too. And you can see there's different like quest markers. All the voice acting is still there. Fantastic content, man. Let's go ahead and there's setup. We can maybe reduce the music and maybe reduce this. I don't know how loud it is going to be. I haven't done any recordings of this game as this is my first time playing. By the way, if you want a stash, there is also a stash. But let's go ahead and hop in and just kind of play, and I'll show you guys what the game has to offer. You also move a lot faster in town. Now, you can increase the resolution of this game by crazy amounts. Right now, I honestly suggest 720p instead of like just 1080. But Diablo 1, man, it's just not the same as even like D2. And specifically because the game is so much harder. But I know in this one we made it like 3 times faster in terms of like our progression. But let's go and hop in for a while. And by the way, if you want to learn skills in this game, the system is actually really cool because you can literally learn infinite skills. The game doesn't limit you to a certain amount of skills. It's just, do you happen to have the magic required for said skill? Now, what's cool is when we level up, we have our normal, like, you know, strength, dex, all that stuff. We're going to be putting some into here, because we need strength to equip certain things. But on top of having this, we also have perks. So this is where the game gets interesting. Now, depending on the class that you select, there are different perks. So we get mana regen, we also have life regen, we have life increase, we have dex increase. So if we want to go ahead and put one in, there we go. And some of these will require, it's almost like a skill tree, because some of these will require us to be not only at level, but they'll have to have a certain other thing that has points into it. So like this is extra accuracy, but some of these will require you to have X amount of points to a certain thing. Now, I haven't read all the brand new ones, but these are our like little other traits. But there's ones to get more XP. But yeah, let's play it for a little bit, and I'll show you guys the game. And if we need to, we can make an install tutorial. It just requires your Diablo.mpq. I would totally include a link to download that, but that would be illegal, Kappa. Just like downloading music online, you'd never do that, right? But if you happen to have your actual Diablo CD, like my computer doesn't even have, like, I actually own the physical copy of Diablo 1, but my computer doesn't even have a CD drive. But if you maybe do a quick Google search, you may be able to find the Diablo.mpq file. You can also, I believe, purchase it from GOG or Blizzard. But you just need the Diablo MPQ file, and then you just need the files of the game, and that will allow you to actually get it. So you do need to own a copy of Diablo, and then you can just download the mod for free. This is a completely free expansion mod, and we also have skills. Now, how it works in this game, like we have this that we can activate. What is it? Is it S or P? I don't remember what it was. Is it K? So what this does is it like shows monsters and where they're at, and that can kind of help. You'll see that there are unique monsters. And by the way, this game is very hard. If you've never played Diablo 1 before, like I said, turn on the easiest modes. And how this game works as far as items, you can see that it's not identified. You're going to have to actually identify items. And the coolest thing about Diablo 1 is it's the only game, pretty much in all the action RPG genres, that actually allows you to equip items that are unidentified. Now, there are also items that give you negative stats and will give you no benefit. So, read your items. Diablo 1 is the most unforgiving action RPG. And you'll notice that I'm never really getting too close to enemies. And the reason why, I think we're kind of off on the little, like, square. But you can get infinitely hit stunned, and you will die, and you will not be able to do anything. And it'll feel like you're helpless. Now, like I said, I turn on a lot of the easy mods just to kind of speed up the stuff. Oh, is that a unique? Or like a rare? I think the red items are different. So I've played the Hell 2 before. Like I said, the game is quite a challenge. I would recommend to play something that's ranged for your first playthrough, because hit stun is very real. And you can see, like, some of these on hit, they'll reduce your armor. But the music of this game, oh my gosh, it's so good. Also, this game adds sockets. It, I believe, may have set items as well. I used to play Beelzebub. Like, I play all the mods for Diablo. Like, I genuinely love the mods. Easter Sun, Anelius, Median XL. I play them all. And this one, it is hard. And also, you in some of the mods you can save scum, but which means like you can save and just load instantly when you're about to die. But in some of the mods, when you die, you will drop all your items, and it's basically like playing hardcore. So I don't remember which mods were turned on and off, but this one should be pretty easy. But hopefully we can maybe get to the Butcher, as he is an RNG boss. Oh, I'm gonna be very careful. It should be not too difficult since we take like half damage and I do double damage. Just so I can show you guys like the faster progression. But caster in this game is absolutely amazing. We need to get Scrolls of Identity. There we go. Got Relic of Identity. Also, another tip, if you haven't played Diablo 1 before, sometimes you do want to try to get all the enemies to come out of one little like doorway. Otherwise, if you get surrounded, you will die. It also does automatically pick up gold. That's something in Diablo 1 and 2 that normally it wasn't like that, or you wouldn't see the XP. This is brand new. So here we're coming up to our first bookcase. So most of the time, like I said, I haven't played the Hell 3. This is my first time playing the actual launch of it. I played, I don't know if it was the alpha or beta a long time ago, but your weapons can't break in this game, by the way. So if I go ahead and open up this, you can see that we may get a skill. This is Holy Bolt, so we have a coif. Now again, we don't know what it does unless we identify it. Now as far as it goes, where's the we have Mana Shield. So some of these are basically skills that are a one-time use. We would need 8 magic to actually use that. So that's why sometimes I won't actually spend all my skill points. Another like little bonus tip over here, because you might get an item that requires a certain thing. So we got this. We got 1 to all attributes, melee damage, resistance, and some extra magic fine. That's cool. This one's not identified. What else do we have? So we have this. Its durability is 1 out of 9. Now what will happen when it actually goes away? And this is for Archer and Monks. So I'm pretty sure that we have like autosave enabled. But I'm going to go slam it more into dex so we have better chance to hit. You want chance to hit because if you don't hit, well, you do 0 damage. We have a socketed bow here. So let's see what happens when the bow actually breaks. Does it delete the item? Does it just go to 0 durability? We're about to find out. By having all this extra speed, because like the movement speed in this game is really slow, and it will increase if there are no monsters nearby. That's how this game works. So relics, the difference between like these things called relic, it has a cast time versus just the regular potions. This is kind of different in the Hell. Oh, okay, weapon breaking. It already warned us. We are 1 out of, what is it, 18 durability? Oh, what happens? Diablo 1's a very unforgiving game. That's why I was saying, like, for your first playthrough, play on the easiest, and you will get more skills. In fact, we just got that Holy Bolt, right? Oh, we have a Relic of Healing, which that's a one-time use. Did we? Oh, we don't have enough magic to pop for the book. So, in this game, you might think, oh, I could just keep on slamming points into magic. And that's actually not how the game works. How it actually works is every single class, and I don't know all the numbers off the top of my head, but not every single class can actually gain infinite points. Like, you will be actually capped. As in, like, I believe you can go to 250 on the Rogue for dexterity, but there are other classes where you may only be able to get 50 into it, so you are limited in that area to get magic. However, you can get items that will then further increase it. There's also like innate skills. I don't remember what the default key was for this, but basically you all have like a skill that you can activate, or a spell. So this one, monsters outside of caster's line of sight are highlighted by red. And I don't think this one costs anything. There's also like a disarm trap. To be honest, I think you can get away with this game without actually activating that. Basically, some of the traps in Diablo 1 will actually kill you. Yeah, like I said, Diablo 1 is very unforgiving especially for new players. But Butcher actually spawns in at level 2 in most situations. However, Diablo has a lot of RNG. This should be towards the Skeleton King. If we go over here, we have some more stats, more dex, some more strength, and then we'll put more vitality. And let's go ahead and go on in. Like I said, I love this game for its, like, how dark the game is. Can we get this one? Oh, we need Swift Learner level 5. So like I said, it's kind of like a skill tree, even though it looks kind of like just stats that you'd put in. Let's see what else we want. We get mana regen, but we don't have anything that will use it. But we can go slam it into some extra dexterity. And let's go to the Dark Passage. So actually, I don't know if this area is going to be... Oh, this one requires us to kill like 100 monsters. It's kind of long. For the quest, But we do actually do so much damage right now. Let's just go ahead and kind of progress further in here. This might be a quest to clear the I think it might be the poison water supply. But this game has so much content, even though it's like Diablo 1. Diablo 1 surprisingly had a lot of really cool fan-made mods. But let's go ahead and just go down. Oops, actually, we'll see if we can find the Butcher. Now, the Butcher is very, very hard in Diablo 1. The Butcher can infinitely hit stun you. Let's see if we find the Butcher. But most of the time, Butcher will be in level 2. And we'll see what else we can kind of pick up and check out with this brand new mod. As I love playing fan-made creations. Because I feel like this game understands like the darkness of Diablo 1. It keeps on saying our weapon is breaking. It's still a 1 durability here.
I have no room.
Okay, bro. I love the voice acting in this game too. It's really great. All right, so we just got a ring. Let's go ahead and identify that ring. 7 to vitality. But so far, it's like way too easy since we've like made like everything much easier. But like I said, the reason why I'm telling you guys to play it on the easiest mode is I don't want you guys to get stuck in it. Now, I wanted to progress faster. But, again, if you play Melee, just sometimes be expected to get, like, stun locked, and you will not be able to, like, move. What you can get to kind of solve that is what's called faster hit recovery. I want to see what happens when we break the weapon. Some monsters, if you kill them, just like in Diablo 2, The Fallen, they will kind of move away. But try not to get surrounded. That is a very dangerous thing in this game. That's why I'm going to like show you guys kind of how to play Diablo 1. You see I'm like moving back. Now, I don't really have to play this safe, but I'm trying to be a good instructor. Let's grab this.
Now, where would I put this?
So this is armor class 1. So armor class. Resist melee damage 1. Well, the other one was kind of taking some damage, but this is not identified. Let's go see if we have a scroll of identity. We got mana shield. I don't think we have one. Alright, nice. We leveled up again. And I'm not sure how this game works in terms of other newer skills. You may be able to get them at certain level intervals. Oh, we've got a belt over here. Let's go ahead and equip the belt. Let's see if we can find the Butcher at least. At least want to see one sort of unique boss. That or Garbad the Weak. Oh, we got our first amulet over here. Nice. But man, it's very nostalgic to come back and play this game all the time. And maybe we'll eventually do one of those like super hard modes where you don't get to save. That makes the game very intense. It actually makes the game more fun, but again, if it's your first time playing Diablo 1, don't do that. Oh, also, if you hit tab, you can actually make the mini-map like two different sizes, and this really helps out to see where you're going. As Diablo 1, I mean, you will definitely get lost in this game. Oh, also, let's... Hopefully the video won't get age restricted if we go fight the succubus, because well, the succubus in Diablo 1, they got nothing on the top. I mean, it's just pixels, but sometimes YouTube has pretty strict guidelines on it. But I feel like it's kind of like, you know, mythology. Even Diablo 2, if you guys didn't know, fun fact, they actually removed the statues nudity in the D2R. Oh, wait, you know what? Maybe that wasn't a succubus's, I believe it's called Blood Stars. But man, the audio is top-notch. I believe when you download the game, by the way, on ModDB, which, if I remember, I'll include the link, there is also the audio files, which will add more audio, like sounds to the game. But we are progressing really fast. Oh, there's a first little gem here. So just like in the other Diablo games, the gems do things depending on where you put them in. What's a spinel? Oh, it's just like a +2 damage summon minions. Oh, okay, so we can't really use that. We have weapon,
2x damage for 200 weapons. Ooh, that would be nice. Don't we have a bow with a socket? We have a triple socket bow. Ooh. Oh, you know what? If I remember correctly with this game, you actually cannot socket things by just putting them in. You have to go to Griswold, which we can maybe do. I just wanted to try to find a little boss, because now we're like 20 minutes in. I wanted to give you guys at least the first like 20-ish minutes, just so you guys can kind of see if it's worth it, because for some people, they cannot play old games. For me, you know, I grew up in the 90s, so this is totally fine. But if you were a fan of, you know, Diablo 4, and that was maybe your first one, or maybe Diablo 3 or 4 was your first Diablo game, it might be kind of hard to digest how hard the game is and how cryptic the game is in terms of like quests. There's not just, hey, follow me, go over here, go to this giant X. There is a lot of exploration that you'll have to do, and you'll have to look where you actually go down. And some areas will lead you into literally just nothing. And that's what made Diablo 1 so unique at the time. Whereas like other games like, you know, like Super Mario or something, you know, obviously you kind of just go in one direction, but this game had all these other areas that you would go to, you would find. Sometimes, by the way, you can't actually do all the quests. The way it works is some quests are based off of RNG, if they even spawn in. Some will disappear depending on what you do in the game. So it kind of encourages more than one playthrough for that reason. And we gotta go actually look for our exit. Now, I know the exit is actually over here, but I'm trying to see if we can find the butcher. But in the mod, I don't know. They may have changed it. And also, sometimes he can just simply not be there. But we'll go to level 3 and kind of do a little bit more exploration. And then my plan is to at least show you guys the town and give you guys kind of a rundown of the town, because it's kind of important. But there is still a monster nearby. I can just activate this, and it will highlight. It's actually a really good innate skill. Also, if monsters are outside of your range, because you can increase the resolution, it's kind of cheating the game, because the AI doesn't work past a certain range. But if you can highlight the enemies, it will help with your speed. Now, yeah, I don't think Butcher can be there. There's not enough room. After you play the game long enough, you'll kind of recognize some sort of patterns. And then we can go slam everything into dex, and then with the perks, we can just gain more dex. Because there's nothing worse than missing your targets. It's kind of like your chance to hit. It's the same in D2. It's your accuracy rating. And defense rating is your chance for enemies to not hit you. Okay, we're coming up to some sort of unique, because it's doing some sort of ability. Oh, it should be, okay. Looks like our regen is like so high, it doesn't even really matter. Now, one thing that we're gonna have to get is acid resistance, but we'll worry about that later. There are certain monsters, when they die, they will drop an acid pool, and you just don't stand in it. The regen is actually super, super strong. Let's see if we can find anything special here, and then we'll just move on to the next floor. Okay, let's just go to the next floor and see when is it going to change. Because eventually, how it works is you will then see a new area. But the music in this game, man, it is absolutely top tier. But this is like a really good strategy. This way, you don't have to fight too many monsters at once. You kind of stand like right here. And we'll go back to town. And by the way, you may not have a lot of town portals. So one thing that does kind of suck with the game is if you run out. Now, in Diablo 1, also, this is a pretty important thing. You can brick your build with shrines. So there are certain shrines in the game that will change your stats, and you will lose the requirements for your item. So what you would normally do in Diablo 1 is you would save, pop the shrine, see what happened, and if it was a bad effect, then you would reload. And this is really good narration by Paul Edding. Fantastic stuff. If you haven't heard any of those, I definitely recommend for the first time listening to them. Very, very cool. Socketed cape. Alright. What are we at? 24 minutes? Okay. I want to try to find a unique boss, because there are a lot of unique bosses in this game. Some you will talk to, and if you talk to them, you will make them angry, and they will try to kill you, depending on how the interaction goes. I'm actually playing way too safe. I could probably tank most of this. But normally, you would kind of take your fights like one at a time. There's a huge difference between Diablo 1 and 2. Like, Diablo 2 is like so much faster. Although in the very, very earlier stages... Oh, okay, we got... Oh, okay, here we go. So what I wanted to see. So, this is where we're going to actually have to be a little bit more careful. And one other thing that you can do... Oh, okay, he just opened it immediately. You can close the area sometimes. And you can hit him through the gate. But this is something that you'll have to kind of do. We may actually have to loop him. Ooh, he's so close. Oh. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. Oh, there's 2 uniques? Oh, no, there's just 1. Okay. The reason why I'm really trying not to get hit by him, we could get stun locked. And that's not something that you want to do. So this is normally the Skeleton King. I want to kill all the small stuff so I don't get stunned by it. And we're going to basically pop our potions as we get hit. Oh, our regen is actually really solid. Okay, we're good. This is another unique. Okay, let's get rid of him first. Okay, you know what? I find it very strange. Our weapon... Oh, you know what? We actually swapped weapons. Okay. So the regen is so high that like we're A-okay on it. Okay, he didn't drop anything cool. But there was like a unique boss. But now let's go use a portal. And you can see kind of how it works. They're normally blue, but for some reason they made them orange in this game. So you can see everything needs to be repaired. And I would recommend repairing it. In some games they would just break. And I'm not sure how it works in this because, like I said, this just came out. So we're going to repair everything. And you'll see that it still says our helmet needs to be repaired. But it's because it has such low durability, the game just registers that. Fury's actually kind of good. Can we run that? Okay, so now we have 15. So we can activate this and I can show you what it does. So it improves the battle prowess. So we get 14 damage and its duration is 31 seconds. And it's got a really long cooldown, but you know, when we activate this against bosses, that's going to be cool. And then some of these do more things than others. Like some of them are just like stat points. We have like armor class, we have accuracy, we have crit. There is some pretty interesting things that you can do. Like there's extra crit. Look at this one. You just gain a level using your perk points, which is really cool. Item equip requirements are reduced by 5, so then you could use items that maybe your class normally wouldn't be able to run. By the way, Fire Wall in Diablo 1 does damage yourself, so just keep that in mind. Healing spell or relic will restore more health. Basic regeneration. Oh, this is actually a pretty good one for sure. Now, you guys saw how crazy my regen was. If you're playing this for the first time, the regen perks are really good. The one that I would recommend is... This one's not very good to get. This one is, I think, worth it because it's plus current level to life and mana regen. I mean, this is just plus current level to 2 to life regen, and that's how we're able to kind of survive so good earlier on. If you've ever played Diablo 1, you know that you'd have to spam potions, and your entire inventory would then become all potions. That's why I really like doing this for the first-timers. It's going to make it much better. Because what happens is you run out of potions, you have no regen, and you have no town portals. You have to walk from level, like, 4 all the way back to 3, 2, 1, and then go back to town, and then walk through all of it again if you don't happen to have a portal scroll. Now, Pepin will heal you for free. You can just receive healing when you talk to him. And you can also buy these. The Relic of Healings are way cheaper, but they have a cast animation. If I pop this, well, I guess in here it's not going to really matter. But, like, it has a casting animation, while these ones are just automatic. If you need to, this is where you can also enchant items, but we're not going to be doing that yet. But if you need portal scrolls, you can see they cost 180.
I can't cast that
Oh,
here.
so let's go ahead and... If you hold shift and left click, it will buy one, and there we go. So always at least try to have one of these. It will definitely help out. And if you want... She does sell... Okay, here we go. Identity right here. You can also have Cain do that as well. So if I want to... Where is it? These ones. So we're going to identify the amulet that we got. 13 to mana. We can also go to Cain, and you can also have him identify items. So you can identify all items, which is going to cost us 500. And we can see, was there an item there? It just disappeared. This has extra weapon damage, 79% damage. Okay. Then we have the socketed 1 through 3. If you do want to engage in socketing, Griswold has this. I forgot how you do it. Is it this one? I think this is to upgrade the gems as well. I think you can upgrade the gems. Oh, here we go. Is this... There we go. So you can see we put it in here, and there's 3 sockets, and let's say I wanted the one with extra damage. Boom. There we go. Now, if I want to pull it out, it's 400. But nice. We got some extra damage there. Talk to the NPC and he'll tell you like some sort of quest. There's no map in town. So normally Adria, by the way, is over here in Diablo 1. They've moved some of the NPCs around, but there's like the first 30 minutes of the game. I'm curious to know, what do you guys think of it? If you haven't seen it before, or if you have played this, what your thoughts are on it? Also, Wirt is actually alive in this. If you guys haven't played, well, in Diablo 2, you can find his leg. Now, if you want to, how it works, well, you can't save scum it, but if you want to see the item that he's selling, he kind of is like your random item like vendor. If you want to see the item, it will cost you 50 gold. Normally what you would do is you would save, then you would see the item, and if you wanted to buy it, then you would do it. But if I want to see it, it costs 50 gold, and then you can see it. I believe this was the same item. But another thing that is pretty important, if I want to, let's say, quit the game, or open up a new game here, murder, by the way, is delete. I don't know why they call it that. But if I select my character, I can do a brand new game. What this will do is reset the world. So like in the very beginning, there's a guy in the very beginning. Let's say I wanted to reset the world. Normally I wouldn't do that. I'd go back to my portal and I would continue. But if you want to engage, there is an NPC that can spawn in over here. You can see he didn't spawn in. And he basically tells you about the butcher. So if I wanted to try to get that quest to spawn in, I would just make a new game. Again, there's certain quest lines that may not appear. Okay, he didn't appear again. Now, I don't know if they made the rate really low, but that's one reason why you would basically make a new game. Let's see if we can get him to spawn in. But he can't. Oh, this, you see? So it is random on some of the quests, like I was saying, which encourages, again, other playthroughs. So you'll see, it's like, please listen to me. The Archbishop Lazarus, he led us, down to find the Lost Prince. And it's part of the quest line that you can do. Now, another thing that you can do is, once you get to a certain area, you'll be able to, I don't know if this game does it by level. There's probably different things for mods. So instead of waypoints in the game, this game doesn't have waypoints. Instead, it has, these are basically pseudo waypoints, but they're accessible by town. So I can go down here, and this is an area. It'll be like, technically it'll be like level like 7, 8 or something like that. Depends on the mods. But if you want to go back to town, this is kind of like your only way without a portal scroll that kind of still accesses a waypoint. Now there's an area right there. We probably won't have hell yet, which actually opens up in the middle, like right in the town right here. But as you progress, it might be level locked. But then we're going to be able to go through the caves, and then you go straight down to hell. Although with the mod, there may be, I know in Hellfire, it's over here. I don't know if it exists. There's like another area, and there's also the cows. Oh, it's over here. So I think they're keeping this in. There are aliens. I don't know if they're keeping it in the mod, but in Hellfire, the reason why a lot of people don't like Hellfire, some of the monsters, I ain't gonna lie, they're kind of questionable. Okay, maybe this is where hell is in this mod. But basically, there is kind of waypoints in the game, but there's a short introduction to the game. I'm definitely going to be playing more of this. I'll show you guys like the end game content. Obviously, this is the very early stages. The game takes a while to progress, but if you really want to feel powerful in the game, roll some sort of mage. You're not going to get like a bunch of skills. A lot of times, I'm not going to lie, you're just doing basic attacks throughout the entirety of the game, which I know it sounds crazy. There are skills that you are going to get, but it's usually from books, or with the mod, it may be acquired in a different area. But if you want the game to feel a little bit better for your first time playthrough, again, I really don't recommend anything melee. I would recommend doing a summoner. Summoner would be good, or some sort of mage. There's also elementalists. You can also do warlock. There's just so much to this game. I really couldn't scratch the surface within like the first few hours. There's so much to cover, and there's actually a thorns build. I forgot which one gets the thorns. Is it warrior? Is it guardian? There is a Thorns build. That one was actually pretty... Is it Savage? There is a Thorns build. I forgot which one it was. But there's one that like it has Thorns. That one was actually pretty beginner friendly if you wanted a melee build. Oh, Iron Maiden, that's the one where it does Thorns, right? Yeah, and I believe in this game, it's pretty free on what you can do. You can actually dual wield in this game. In Diablo 1, you actually couldn't really dual wield. But in this game, I believe you can also dual wield shields, and the shields have like some sort of thorn or something. There's a lot of cool things in this game. It is definitely worth your time. If you are someone that doesn't really mind legacy and like really old games, this game is definitely going to be fun. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up. Let me know, guys, your thoughts on it and what you want to see in the game in the future. Like I said, I'm probably going to try to upload like some sort of like end game once we like finish the thing, and I'll show you guys what the build will look like, because maybe it'll be completely different. But again, Mage is the class that will actually be the flashiest, and it will actually kind of play more like a character that isn't as legacy, because again, you're just going to be using basic attacks.
But the mage, you can get a bunch of skills. You can do the summon of like there's basically Hydra, there's Golem, and there may be some other ones. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like. If you're new here and you want to see more of this and other Diablo mods, as I genuinely love Diablo mods, the Hell 1, 2, and 1 and 2 are really good. I can't really say I finished 3 yet because this is my first impressions of it, but I like it so far. It's going to be very awesome. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let me know if you have any questions on the game. Check the pin. I'll leave a link for like the download if you want it.